There's an invasion happening at our southern border, and members of Congress are just giving this lip service and half-measure solutions. And Vern Buchanan is weak, incompetent, and deceptive on this issue. What Florida's 16th congressional district needs is somebody who's strong, who's knowledgeable, and who's bold in speaking the truth on these issues. So I've documented Vern Buchanan's weakness on this issue. If you go to Vern Buchanan's voting record and click on weak on border security, you can see all of his votes that prove that he is weak. He has not voted to impeach Mayorkas when he had the chance. Only under pressure did he do so. And he had a chance to secure our border, but instead he gave money to Ukraine. Instead of our border, he cared more about Ukraine's border. And also, in 2019, he didn't support Trump and instead voted with Democrats to not complete our wall. So this is what strength in leadership looks like. Cue the music. What you need to do is go to the source and find out the actual information. Here I am in Texas interviewing actual Border Patrol agents, talking to sheriffs, talking to citizens that lived in border towns, finding out what was actually happening and getting a handle and a grip on the actual situation. They're boots on the ground. So weakness prevents you from going to the source, and that develops incompetence. Let me show you what incompetence looks like.
Is the most liberal member in terms of the Senate and everything else, and even more further left than Bernie Sanders. So if you can imagine that, she's clearly, Bernie's a socialist, left of Bernie Sanders is unbelievable. The other thing is that she was the border czar, which was a total disaster. 500,000 people plus moving across our borders. Let's give that a run.
Vern just said that there's 500,000 plus. Well, I'm glad he put the plus in there, and then he asked people to clap for it.
Moving across our borders. Let's give that a round of applause. She needs to go.
I would clap if that was true, but that's not even close to being true. This article right here says that there was 10 million. That's not even counting the gotaways. And that was in October of 2023. The number is closer to 13 million that we know of. Weakness leads to incompetence. Strength leads to competence. So here I am speaking at Lakewood Ranch and many other places as a subject matter expert on the border. I was and am happy to share the information that I've received from DHS whistleblowers, from sheriffs, and from people at the border. So if you're weak on an issue, and then that leads to incompetence, you're left with only one thing, and that's to deceive people. And that's what Vern Buchanan has done with all of this money. He's the richest member of the House of Representatives. And so how has he been using this money to deceive? Let me show you. Mailer after mailer after mailer, and TV ad after TV ad, millions of dollars being spent to deceive you. Joseph Goebbels said, if you tell a lie big enough and keep repeating it, people will eventually come to believe it. Well, don't be deceived. Now this one right here, this one's my favorite. Reject the Green New Deal. Are you kidding me? Go to my website and you can see that Vern Buchanan was one of only 3 Republicans to vote for the Green New Deal. So what we need in Congress is some bold truth-telling. So don't be deceived by some virtue signaling by inconsequential votes that Vern Buchanan uses as window dressing to hide his rhino colors. When significant votes are required, you can count on Left Turn Vern to appear, and after 18 years of Republican and name-only behavior, it's time for a change. It's time for Eddie Speir for Congress. And remember, if you're going to take out a rhino, you're going to need a spear. Eddie Speir for Congress.
Let's give that a round of applause.
What did he say?